Sometimes the moves can be a little confusing. So we don't worry about perfecting anything or looking exactly like someone else on the screen. Let's just move our bodies and liberate ourselves, let our minds be free, and hopefully feel really loose and good after we warm up today.
Yep.
I'm excited. I love the warm up we're starting with. And for those folks who just joined, welcome everyone. Happy Friday. Hey, Crystal. Does anyone have requests for the movement portion of our class today?
The neck as always, please.
Okay, you got it. My pleasure. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh yes, I needed that. Just that little half circle I just did, I got like major cracks all through.
Oh, yes.
All right, my friends. Well, I am so happy you joined me today. Thank you. Let's begin standing, if you don't mind. I know some of you are already seated. I'm sorry, but I will ask you to stand up today. I think that this can be a bit of an energizing warm-up. And I'm also coming into this with the assumption that you've probably just been seated all morning at work. So I really love for you to get up and really move your energy. We're starting with a beautiful breath practice today. I would love for you to join me standing in any way it's comfy. I tend to go a little wider than hips width distance, and my toes are slightly turned out. Wherever you're standing, would you please soften your knees just a bit? All right, let's act as if we're gathering something in towards our chest. So we're going to take a big scoop up with palms towards our chest, and then press your palms forward. Bring that big scoop in again. Press your hands wide to the sides. Scoop one more back to the center and press your hands straight down. That's it, just those three, but we'll add breath. Inhale as you scoop to center. Exhale as you press forward. Scooping in on the inhale. Press to your sides. Bring it back in through the center and press back down. Repeat. There's nothing new that I'm adding. We'll just continue breathing here. Seems quite silly, but sometimes we're moving so quickly through the day that we forget to focus on our breath. So we're slowing down in order to let our breath catch up with us. Option, if you'd like to join me for a little balancing, is each time we scoop up, we lift our heels. Press away. Talk about crackles, your toes and feet, your ankles might crackle a little bit when you do that. Let's keep going. Now, if you lifted your heels, you probably noticed you had to slow down quite a bit to stay balanced. So we'll never worry about a pace in our classes together. You're moving at the pace of your breath. Maybe your mind or body asks you somewhere to slow down and linger. Perhaps they ask you to slow down and rest altogether. Moving as it feels good for us today. Let's try 2 more rounds. I'm still lifting my heels. We're getting a little love for the calves. Then I set the heels back down every time the arms move away from body. See if you can liberate your toes. Give them a little wiggle or act as if you're about to lift them off of the ground, just so we're not clawing down with our toes. Hands wide. Last round, pressing hands down. Okay, sinking into your heels. Give yourself a little shake. Let each foot shake out. And once you've gotten a bit looser, we're going to softly step even wider. Now, I know some of you have your mat turned front to back. So if you feel like you can follow along without watching me, that's fine. Go ahead and keep your body turned to the side. If you prefer, turn your mat towards me long ways so that you can see me today. I would love that. All right, we're going to sink down into our knees. It's just a little squat, yogis. And if you get tired, lift out. Keep your knees micro bent. We're going to work on opening them towards our baby toes, spreading wide across the hips. And we'll check that we're wide enough with a little lunge to the left side and the right side, ensuring that our knees are behind our toes. So if they look like this, we'll take a wider stance. And that might feel challenging, but we're keeping our joints safe by staying behind the toes. All right, test time is over. We're ready to move. Let's take a soft push with our palms to the right and a soft push to the left. Moving what we call a chi ball. So it's this invisible ball of energy that you have between your palms. Therefore, I like to move my hands as if I am cupping that energy. But we're very loose in our shoulders, our elbows, our wrists, and our fingers. And if it feels good, allow your eyes to follow your energy ball. So 2 things. I like to envision my energy ball as what I need for the day. Like I'm gonna spread this energy that I'm bringing in, that I'm manifesting all around my space. So for example, if I was feeling lazy, I might need a little fire. So I might have a fireball of energy. Other folks like to do what they feel they really embody. So if you feel really loose and flowy today, you may have a ball of water. If you're feeling light and airy, that can be a good thing. Then we might have some air. How about being grounded if you're feeling really strongly grounded? Earth. So there's tons of options. Let's take 2 more breaths with our elements that we're bringing into our bodies. Coming back through the center with me, sweep your arms wide, clasp them behind your low back, keeping feet wide, but if they slipped out, you can certainly step them in a little bit if you need to. Let's open your chest. We'll come back to that squat in a moment. Sending your knuckles down towards the floor. One more widening breath across your body, left to right. And as you settle back down, we come forward with the arms loose, light, and long. Circling. Envision your chi ball. We're going to take a big circle around your body, pulling back, and then pressing to the side. Let's start with the right hand. Circle to the right, pull back, push to your left. Circle to your left, pull back, push to your right. Beautiful, yogis. Inhale, exhale. Lots of work in the legs here with all this low side lunging. If it starts to get really tiring, you can rise and then slide back down when you're ready. Eyes will move again towards your fingertips to help establish that mind-body connection. If you find that that's really off balancing for you, just keep your eyes to me and we'll move together. Don't worry if you get mixed up. We're just here to feel good and move our bodies. No stress, no worries. How about 4 more breaths? We'll breathe in for the big circle and out as we push. In for the big circle, out as we push. 2 more. Oh, I love that. So you're still working that energy from earlier. What have you brought in, or what have you really embraced? Coming back forward, sweep your arms high to the sky with a prayer overhead. If you feel like your feet slip too wide, step in so you're cozy. Dropping your thumbs to the nape of your neck here. Soft knees, tight butt, lean your head back into the arms, opening through your triceps and your chest again. Soften your toes and your facial expression. Take a big breath in. Stretch to the sky, my friends. Allow just your right arm to fall to the side. Cradle your skull with your left hand, soft here, but a gentle assist from the weight of your arm as we let the left ear drop to the left side. Now play around with that right arm. Sometimes you'll move it somewhere and you'll be like, ooh, that's a really enhancing area to reach to. It makes the stretch feel really powerful. I got a good spot. I'm kind of reaching back behind me a little bit. We're changing just the left arm. Bring it to the base of your skull. Tuck your chin towards your collarbone, left collarbone. And then a little tiny bit of pressure assisting the neck stretch. You might like to move your right finger somewhere new. Be curious and explore. Soften your jaw and your facial expression for a deeper stretch. Let your right arm fall, left arm fall, and gently move back to center. Take a nose shake before we move on. If you're feeling really open in that side of your neck, you might like a little pulse to the right. Let it come back to normal. Great job, yogis. Come to me. Right arm rises. We'll drape it over our head. Same thing here. We're staying really tall in our bodies, but letting the heavy arm gently guide right ear down. Then stretch out somewhere with the left arm. See how that feels? Sometimes these subtle adjustments make a huge difference. Oh, you never know what you'll find. Keep looking around here. I found that great spot again. A little back on that diagonal there. Ease out of tension in your face and your jaw. Moving just the right hand to base of skull, chin tucks to right collarbone. Thinking of a self-assist chair with a heavy right palm. As you breathe, think about painting stripes on the left side and the left back of your neck. Breathe up and down there. Lifting through your eyes, dropping right arm, softening eyes back forward, and just take a gentle nose shake. Sometimes the stretch feels so big, you might want to pulse to the left, or some folks like to just poke around there with their fingers. Give yourself a little massage. Ease out of that big stretch. Well done, yogis. Step, step, or toe heel feet together. I love a toe heel. It feels like a funky dance move. Come to the top of your yoga mat with me. If you adjusted long ways, feel free to come back and face me. You can listen or watch, whatever makes you feel great and brave today. Inhale, arms rise. Lift out of your heels. Spread the balls of your feet and your toes. Lighten your toes as you elevate. Embrace any wiggles that your body is experiencing, especially in your ankles. It's a good thing. Those are our body stabilizers. We're just settling in here. Settle your heels back down. Lift out of your heels again. Blink your eyes closed if you can. Notice what a big change such a subtle little thing can have on our body, our experience as a whole. Being brave, yogis, you can do this. Eyes blink back open, heels down. Let the arms fall. Sometimes we end up like over here or somewhere crazy. Don't worry, eyes are open for a while now. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and cascade forward and down. Let your body spill from the upper half. Hang really heavy. Now, if you don't feel anything in your back body, straighten your knees. Think about pulling your knees high to your thighs. They remain soft at all times, just a little micro bend. Let's walk our fingers towards the right baby toe. Tiny twist, and you may enjoy bending your left knee a lot to boost you around that corner. Your neck is hanging here. We're really long and loose. If you touch the back of your neck, there are no wrinkles. And if you'd like to give your head a shake, no, that can really loosen up your head, your facial features, and your neck. Slow down your head shaking and swivel to your left baby toe. You might like to bend your right knee a bunch to help you get on over there. Hang real heavy through the upper body again, but nod your head yes. Like a super exaggerated yes. You're really trying to send someone a message. Yes, it's Friday. Yes, I'm going to have a beautiful weekend. Softening down through the head, swiveling back to the center. Take a second if you feel a little dizzy. When you're ready, fingertips find your shins or your knees. Flat back extension, top of head far from tailbone. Bend your left knee again. Left hand reaches to the outer right leg. Sweep your right arm to the sky. Back behind you or around your low back. Find an option that works for you. Really opening your chest. Release back to halfway fold. Bend your right knee. Right hand to the outer left leg. We find the sky, the wall behind us, or our low back. Forward fold twist. Let's try one more big inhalation here. And as you exhale, release to forward fold, yogis. Stepping back with your left leg, let's take a lunge. Option to kneel the first round of lunges or all of them. We're gonna drop to kneeling and lift up through our heart space. Climb skywards, take that prayer overhead again. Thumbs drop to the nape of your neck and we press our skulls back. Getting a stretch, think about elevating your elbow points to the sky. Find the backs of your arms and breathe into them. Reaching to the sky again, let your left fingers fall back as if you were going to touch your calf or maybe even your heel. If they're available, go for it. Reach down. I have my fingertips on my heel. Reverse lunge, big breath in. Windmilling the arms to twisted lunge. I like to take 2 windmills. Left fingers down, right fingers skywards. Take a big breath to the sky. Eye gaze optionally following those right fingers. And as you find your way back down, framing right foot, we'll bring the right knee next to the left. Align ourselves, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of feet flat. Angry cat pose. Press away from the floor. Round your back, yogis. You look like a cat with all its hair sticking up towards the sky. Eyes to belly, tailbone pulling down. Drop your navel towards the floor. Shrug shoulders down from yours, but try to lift from your tailbone and the top of your head. I like to tuck my toes. This is called cow pose. Try to take a big inhale in your cow pose, and then we'll move more quickly from here. Exhale, cat, tops of feet flat, eyes up towards your navel. Inhale, cow, tuck toes, elevate. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Let's try one more. All right, hold that cow pose for an extra second here. Look over your left shoulder with soft eyebrows. Sometimes our eyes get really crazy when we look a different way. Eyes, look over your right shoulder, facial expression still soft. One more neck stretch. Through the center we go. Angry cat and hold. Tuck chin to chest. Look underneath your left armpit. Switch to your right armpit. Back through the center. Keep everything the way it is, but elevate your hips skywards. Let's take a stretch in down dog. Now from table, you could feel like you stepped into the miniature version. So you might need to walk your hands forward or walk your feet back, whatever your space allows. Let's find a big expression of this posture. Knees bend as deeply as you need for tight back bodies. Wide fingers with our middle knuckles attempting to press down, really lengthening out our beautiful fingers. Try another breath in. Feel free to move around, yogis. This is your class, your movement practice. Feel as great as you possibly can. Try another big breath in and out here. Next inhale, we'll look at our thumbs. Start to tiptoe forward. And when you found your forward fold again, let the upper body completely relax. We'll step back with our right leg when you're ready. Kneeling lunge on this side. Climb skywards, connect with your breath to elongate. Press palms overhead, drop thumbs to nape of neck, and then shine brighter by pressing back with your skull. Think about breathing long through the elbow points and wide to the edges of your ribs. Oh, so nice. Reach to the sky again. Let your right arm drape back. You're reaching for your calf, maybe your heel, whatever feels good. It's hard to find it, isn't it? And then flare your chest open. If you found a place to land, you might feel really brave to look skywards. Windmilling arms down to twisted lunge. Right arm finds the ground. Left arm reaches to the sky. Optional eyes where it feels best. Allow your left arm to float down, framing left foot. Slide knees together for tabletop. And before we continue, yogis, we're going to step our right leg straight back. Let's get another big stretch for our calf. Bring your body into a sawing motion, straight forward and straight back. A little love for our wrists. here. In the beginning of class, we did our heel lifts, which are strengthening for our calves. So now we get to stretch them. With your right toes staying back, let's bring our bodies to stillness. Swivel right fingers back towards your right toes if it's available. If not, turn them to the sides or inwards. Whatever works, just someplace new, yogis. We're gonna do a round of cat and cow. Cat first, we like to exhale to begin, emptying out all the old air and then refilling when you find your cow. One more, feels so good, we don't wanna miss out. In your time, come to neutral, swivel right fingers back forward and drop right knee back to table. Do you feel tired in your right wrist? If you do, you're welcome to make a fist with knuckles down. Let's take the left toes straight back, find them on the sticky mat, and then slide in your saw. Depending on how my calf feels, sometimes I'll just kind of hang back and pulse a little there. You just know your body best, so you have to be really intuitive with your practice. Ask your body and mind, what do you need today? Let's find a new place for our left hands. Anywhere is good, yogis. Fingers face out, in, or towards your left toes. And we'll go for that big exhale, starting your angry cow. Inhale, open. I really like eyes to come straight forward or towards a wall. Try not to look too high, opening your neck too much. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Coming back to neutral, swiveling your left fingers forward, dropping knee. If you need a stronger wrist, that feels a little tender, you can put your fingers down in your fist. Very strong there. We're stepping back to plank. You can keep your fists if you need them. Okay, yogis, here we are. Take a breath in your plank. See if you can float around a little bit. I like to see if I can redistribute my weight into each of my fingertips. We're just kind of blowing in the breeze gently here. So as you move around, you'll notice the shift of weight. See if you can put it into each fingertip as you go. Option to bring these down at any time. They'll be on the diagonal from our shoulders, no longer in table. We've moved past that now. If you had fists, please drop knees and find your palms. Let's press back, downward facing dog. All right, yogis, we're on the move. Take a big breath in and roll forward to plank. Option to modify, knees down on the diagonal. Exhale by bending elbows, finding your belly connected to the ground, lying flat, toes lengthening behind us. Reach back with your fingers. Give yourself a little jazz hand moment. Let your fingers shake out after all that hard work. I like to make a fist as I reach back and gently, gently, yogis, roll out your wrists. We've got our toes flat, our hip points are anchored, upper body slightly hovering here. Roll your circles the opposite direction. And see if you can clasp your hands, or your forearms are great too, behind your low back. Elevate your chest by pressing through your points of contact. Chin is tucked, we have a mirror under our nose, and you're so beautiful, you just can't stop staring at yourself. Send your knuckles or your forearms back towards your heels. One more breath. Relax down, hands by middle rib cage. Press back, child's pose. Decide whether you want closed knees and belly rests on top, or wide knees with your ribs coming inside your thighs. Take a breath wherever you are. A full exhalation. Let's find those wide fingers again. As we lift back forward, tuck our toes, find downward facing dog. Stretch your right leg to the sky. As high as you want to go, yogis. It can be an inch off the ground or all the way up. Take a bend of your right knee, heel to butt, and then re-straighten your leg. I like to do a little flexing and pointing through the ankle as well. Bend your knee, press long. Just two more, working into your hamstring here. Look forward at your thumbs. Try to bring your knee under your chest. Push away like an angry cat back and step as close to thumbs as possible. If you didn't get quite there, grab your ankle and slide it forward. Back leg steps forward as well. Take a deep fold and then rise skywards, whether you're rolling your spine to stack a vertebrae on top of the one below, or hinging with a flat back. Working through what feels best for you. Sweep arms to the sky. Release right back down. Great work. Halfway lift. We're just going to hold on for a second. A big inhale. Top of head far from tailbone. Full exhale, forward fold. Step all the way back to your downward facing dog. Doesn't matter which foot, just one then the other. Take a big breath in. Lift your heels in your dog and then exhale, sigh back like a big relieving breath. Come forward when you're ready. Inhale, plank. Exhale through chaturanga, bend elbows, they face your toes. Let's stretch the toes way far back again. We're reaching to clasp hands or forearms behind low back, chin tucks, neck is long. And as we uplift our upper half, this time we're adding on toes. Maybe your knees and lower thighs rise as well. Keep stretching back. Breathe while you hold, yogis. Can you open your toes? One more breath in full locust. We've got this. Release your body softly, hands by middle ribs. Press away, child's pose. Maybe it would feel good to do the opposite one from what you did before. So I had my knees closed last time. This time I'm going to really widen them. Try to snuggle my ribs inside of my thighs. I love that, because then if you can breathe into your ribs kind of like a jellyfish, you'll feel them moving open into your thighs. Come back up into table, tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Elevate your left leg when you're ready. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, heel to butt. Inhale, press away again. You might like to point and flex a little as well. Bend and straighten with breath for two more. Coming forward into cheetah, where we bring our bodies into planks, puff our upper back, left knee towards your chest in order to softly step down into that lunge position. If we got caught back here, we just take our hand and slide or step the foot through. Here we are. Step your back leg in, forward fold. Oh, I love a forward fold. Hang heavy, and let's hold our biceps or our opposite forearms this time. Tick-tock, yogis. Like a grandfather clock, let's just take our bodies to the right and the left. Notice the weight shifting from side to side. Breathe into your low backs, your outer hips. Take a beautiful moment here to connect body and breath. Right back through the center, we're gonna roll or hinge to rise. You can let your hands go now. And then as we get to standing, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Stretching arms to the sky, clasping behind your skull. Actually clasp your hands. Yeah, there you go. And bring your heels under hips width distance if you're not there yet. We're gonna push back a little bit with our skull, elbows very wide. Push back and open. Our hands are doing a little pulling back into the base of the skull, so we're strengthening our neck here. And as you come back to standing upright, bring elbows forward, tuck chin to chest, and use the weight of your clasped hands to tug down through the center line of your neck. Remember when you're doing your neck stretches, yogis, to let go in your jaw and your facial features. Try to lose tension rather than adding it back in. Eyes back to me, elbows flare wide, fingers reach to the sky. Okay, you can do a little bobblehead stuff if your neck feels really tight after that. Give it a little shake. It's a big stretch. And when you're ready to come back to me, we're scooping up with our left knees. Left hand definitely, right hand if you need it. You can hold anywhere, under thigh, front of knee, or maybe you don't use any hands at all. When you're ready, remember we're being brave today. Let's try to lengthen the left outer body. It wants to lift up, so we're gonna lengthen down, keep the hips square, and blink your eyes closed. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. No tricks. But just notice how your body has to get used to balancing when your eyesight is not there. If you lost it, I did. No shame in that game. If you lost it, come back, yogis. Blink your eyes back open. Are you with me? I wiped out too. Step that left leg all the way back. This time we're landing it into warrior one. So for this alignment, let's settle the whole foot flat. Toes are turned out. They face pretty much that top left corner of our mat. Then we'll try to bend deeply into our right knees. Let your arms fall for a moment and place your hands on your hips. Where's your navel? Okay, wherever it is. There's no wrong answer. I'm just curious. See if you can swivel a little forward towards your right knee. If that's impossible, you might be on a tightrope. So if you are, widen your foot and then say, can my navel slide towards the right knee? Awesome. All right, yogis, clasp your hands up and overhead. Stretch your knuckles to the sky. Wiggle your waist a little to lengthen. And lean over to the right side. You might like to take the right hand to your left forearm for a little extra. Come on back to the center and reclasp, extending your pointer fingers to the sky. Reach all the way forward to me. Drop your fingers towards the floor. Eyes back as you reach fingers back behind you. And then come back to the sky. Your body moves as well. We did a big circle, that's it. Wiggle through your right toes and soften something before we do it again. Inhale. Exhale, circle around as low as you can go. Eyes begin to look back to help you swivel. Come to the center, inhale. Exhale as you circle. This is a tough one. You're gonna feel the buzz. There's a little flame rising in your right thigh. We're all in this together. And I know that you can stay for 2 more rounds of breath. Back to warrior one when you're ready. Arms open wide. Soften your shoulders. Wrap your right arm around your low back. Left fingers try to grab your right thigh. You can do the back of your hand as well. Take a big lift of your chest. Keep that left foot flat and swivel to the right side. It's a tiny swivel, isn't it? The tiniest. But we're doing a little twisted warrior one. Let's bring it into a lunge. Lift your left leg. Oh, I meant to say your heel. I'm sorry. Not the whole leg, yogis, just your heel. Eyes move back to me. Open arms wide, and we're lifting that left knee again, straight up to standing. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Don't think, just go. Woo, we made it? Congrats, yogis. Put that foot down and shake out. Oh, that was awesome. Strong, balanced. I hope you find pride in that. Once you've gotten loose and shaken everything free, we're gonna do it again. Right knee, give it a big squeeze. Do you need your hands? Do you really need your hands? I bet you don't. You don't have to lift to your hip. You lift anywhere that you can, but engage through the front of your thigh. Use your hip flexors. This is how we get strong, by toeing the line, stepping a little away from comfort and moving into discomfort. And if you need to bring it back, you do. Slip your eyes closed. Soften something. For me, it's always my facial expression. I notice that I grit my teeth whenever the going gets tough. So if you can let go of anything in your body, it may help you stand a little bit more balanced with your eyes closed. Reopen your eyes. I had a record number of wipeouts on that one, yogis. How'd you do? Nice. Step your right leg all the way back. It's a warrior one though. So as you land, that foot swivels flat. Bend deeply into your left knee and then just check in. I like to put my hands on my hips to know where I am in space. Can I swivel forward? And if you can't, sometimes a simple left foot moving out to the side will give you that swivel ability. It's okay, wherever you landed is great. Arms rise, clasp, do a little shimmy shimmy, whittle your waist in for length, tip to your left. There's definitely a sense of internal squeeze here, right? Through your inner thighs to keep you upright. Core is switched on. Nice job. Back to the center. Extend your pointer fingers extra slow on the first round. Come to me with your arms. Slide them towards the floor. Eyes move back as we reach towards the walls behind us, ceiling, and back forward. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale as you circle forward, down as low as you can go. Inhale as we get back to the center, and continue, yogis. You'll notice your hips are opening and swiveling, your belly is moving. All good things. Can you stay with me? We are in this together, and we are always stronger as a team. So although I know it's about a 5-alarm fire in our left thighs, I believe that we have the power for one more. Beautiful. Back to center with me. Allow the arms to open. Soften here for a moment. Left arm low back. Right hand, front or back, can grab the left thigh. And it's okay if you can't quite reach. Just go as far as you're able. Eyes towards the left for the tiniest little twist. Don't forget to breathe. Soften through your left toes as you push that back foot flat again. Come back to me, arms open, right heel rises. Step back up to standing knee lift with eyes open. How easy will that be after all the hard work we've done? Set it down. Well done, yogis. Shake, shake, shake a whole lot. I guess there's other ways to release as well, but I love to shake because it just feels good and loose. Now, if something is still bothering you, like the left thigh feels tight, take a moment to give it a rub, or you can use your knuckles and do like a little bang bang, just gentle. Oh, so good. Well done, my friends. Arms rise. Soften down through the shoulders, space between the heads and the ears, shoulder, heads, and ears. Lift up through your right toes and cross your thighs for eagle pose. If that's too much today, we'll cross our ankles. Toes can rest on the ground. Hover or double wrap behind your left calf. Really nice. Let's give ourselves a hug. Right arm comes under the left. Give ourselves a hug. I like to try, I'll show you from the back. I like to try to hold the edges of the shoulder blades. Now, whenever you get your fingers where they want to be, try to elevate your elbows just a smidge so you can breathe. Fill up your lungs. Eagle pose, we sit low, and then we elevate the upper body away. Soften your left toes, take a big breath in. Watch me before you go. You stay where you are. We're gonna unwind this eagle. Leg stretches back, arms open, and the whole body will swivel to the right side to stack right on top of left for half moon. Okay, so come with me, yogis. Swivel back open with the right leg. Open your arms wide. Turn your body to the right. Eyes can stay on the ground, and your left fingers can reach to the ground as well. That would be half moon pose. If they're hovering, we're in floating half moon pose. If you're feeling really good and safe, eyes can move off of the floor, looking to the side wall perhaps. Coming back to the center, finding standing as slowly as you can. Put that fire out. Big exhale. I like to call it dragon's breath because it feels like we just get the fire out. Woo. That standing leg, that left leg is going to feel spicy to the max. Shake it out. Oh, guys, good work on the balance today. Might take a second to loosen up. If your calf is really tired, don't forget you can give it a rub. We want to feel good and new. All right, here we go. Left leg, give it a lift. Cross it over in some way. Take a big hug, left arm on the bottom. I like to try to work for those shoulder blades again. Take as much time as you need to settle into your eagle. We're gonna sink low in our hips and elevate the elbows. Pull your crown even higher. One big inhalation. Let's use our exhalation to unravel the leg, press back. Open the arms wide. Our whole body is swiveling left. We are trying to stack left shoulder and hip over the right. Right fingers may like to touch the floor for half moon pose. If they're hovering, you're in floating. Floor is very far away. That requires a lot of flexibility in your hand strength, so you may like to use a support under your right fingers as well. One more inhalation. Are you brave enough to move your eyes off the floor? And when you're ready to exhale, slowly come back to standing. Do whatever you need to shake out. Oh, yogis, well done. If you need a rub, a lot of dancing and jumping around, please do that. When you're ready, we're gonna find fingers facing in, hands on your thighs, roll to a standing cat pose. Elbows are wide, we're pushing through the palms to really stretch open in the back body. Great job there. When your back feels pretty open, let's let the fingers dangle and we'll roll on down to a forward fold. Taking your toe heel a little wider, a little toe heel or heel toe out. Toes turn a bit further out than the heels and we'll settle into our yogi squat. Any depth. Some of us are gonna stay high. We might be at the knees, forearms or hands can help the knees open. We might be low. Wherever you are, give a little assist with your arms, encouraging the knees to widen towards your baby toes. Nice. Settling into some hip stretches for today. It's gonna feel so good. Have another moment here in your yogi squat. If you're low with me and you like a prayer hand, you might be able to do more. Let's do tented fingers. If you can get even wider in your knees, you might like to interlace your knuckles and then really push. One more inhalation. We'll try, yogis, to settle down as softly as we can. If it's a big challenge, take a hand in front and a hand in back to help you. Some folks like to shift to one side, or you can try with no hands. Once you get down, let your legs straighten. Send the feet into a strong flex, toes towards your hips. Reach outside your legs and then paw or crawl at the mat to try to come forward with your upper body. Think collarbones will rest on my kneecaps. Take a big breath in, long energy through your spine. Toes are strongly pulling back towards hips. And as you exhale, let your upper body melt, kind of like water dripping down a grate. You're just snuggling in to your lower half here. Let your chin tuck. Close your eyes if it feels safe. Try unclenching your jaw and relaxing through your facial features again, smoothing away any lines of focus and concentration. Slide hands close to your knees or thighs to boost yourself back to seated. And when you're ready, you'll tuck your right leg in. Let the left shin cross in front. Easy seat, so they say. Left arm lies as long as possible to the left side. Shoulders relaxed. Some of you may even be able to find your forearm, but our right sits bone will be grounded. Stretch up with your right arm and then take a little side bend. If your sits bone popped up, come back to seated, re-anchor. Slide out low and then stretch again. Next exhale, let's boost ourselves back up. Slide the left hand behind you. Cradle your skull with the right arm and then press elbow wide. Push head back into your hand. Try to shine upwards here. Allow your right arm to fall outside your left knee. Left hand moves forward. We have a frame around that left knee. And we'll settle down. Try to twist a bit, yogis. Your navel towards your left thigh. So we have a diagonal fold. And then once we get low, once we start to settle, try to really give ourselves permission to surrender. Palms and forearms light, they might turn skywards. Grounding in the back body, tucking chin, hanging heavy in your facial features. These stretches can be really wonderful, so therapeutic. So if you'd like longer, it's such a nice place to stay. But if you feel like you're ready to move on, use your hands under your shoulders, boost up, reach behind you, keep the legs as are for a moment. And as we settle our thumbs wide and fingers back, we'll lift up in our chest, just moving away from all that folding and side bending. Try to think about lifting up and forward, opening, lengthening, and widening. If it feels good on your neck, you can let your head fall back with your shoulder blades squeezed here. You'll find that there's a little pillow back there for your head to rest on. Nice throat stretch. Before you sit up, tuck your chin back to your chest. And as we sit up, we'll straighten our legs again. Give them a little shake. You might like to do a bunch of movements in your toes. Scrunch, point, flex, evert and invert, circle. I like to do as much as possible. Oh, that was nice. Okay, left leg in first, or right leg is in the front. And as you get situated, you might notice that you have a little pinch under your sits bones. We'll try to wiggle that flesh out of the way. Beautiful. Right arm lies really long, soft in the shoulder. Left arm rising skywards. Glue that left sits bone down. And then reach over to the right side. Try to stay with your side body here. I like to think about my ribs. So I'll take my breath and go over and under each rib like I'm cleaning and polishing the bones. Just little tricks to stay present so your mind doesn't say, we're almost done. I know I have to do all of these things today. Keep it present. Take a rise. Let the right arm reach back a little. Cradle your skull with the left hand and then push skull back. Elevate your elbow as much as you can. Lift it, open it, shine bright in your chest. Smile at me with your collarbones. Left arm reaches outside your right knee. Right arm follows. We've got this little frame around it. We'll swivel our navels to the right and then totally surrender. Getting extra heavy in the upper body to let that weight sink down. Gravity take over and help us stretch the outer right thigh. We're here for 3 breaths, yogis. Enjoy. Slow down if you can. Just try to let go. Allowing your hands to help us here. Slide them back close to your shoulders. Give yourself a nice boost to seated. Keep the legs where they are for a sec, but swivel the hands back behind you. Uplifting your chest. Remember, we want to lift, widen, and press open. Now keep the legs, or if you'd like something different, slide the soles of your feet together. Do that little shimmy so there's no flesh stuck under your sits bones. And you found your way to bound angle, where we push the soles of our feet together. Heel open on the inner edges. Don't forget you can let your head fall back if you'd like. Squeeze shoulder blades together for a comfy, cozy landing. Tuck chin back forward. And if you found your way to bound angle with me, before we leave, we have an option to rise. You'll push the blade of your feet together. Balls of feet are open. Squeeze your butt, and if we squeeze our butt and rise, the front body will open. Press the blades together, squeeze backside, 1 big breath in. Settle yourself down. Make sure we didn't catch any flesh under there. Your hands can be gentle and helpful too. If you haven't made it to bound angle yet, please join me, and we'll take a fold forward again. I like to hold anything that I could reach this day. So maybe it's your knees some days, ankles, toes. You can also hold the edges of your yoga mat. Gently bend your elbows and pull yourself forward. There's no set place you have to land here. Sometimes we have a big diamond shape. Other times we're really close, heels to groin. It's all about what feels good for you today. Let's try another big breath in here. And as you're ready to exhale, use hands for support to help you back to center. Reach them behind you again, shoulder heads open. We'll flatten our feet, knees to sky. And with wide feet, we're just gonna swivel a little. Tick-tock here and there, letting the hips swish out. Now, for those of you that have to leave class early, when you feel okay after your big hip stretches, it is time to roll out. Hopefully you float out. Thank you for joining us today. It's 1:55 if you have to go. If you're staying, we're actually gonna find our bellies. Okay, yogi. So we're sliding our feet back. So if you can stay with me, we're going for our chest and shoulder opener. Lying flat on our bellies. I like to come to tabletop. And then I'll send my knees back like modified plank and just do a gentle push up, or I guess it's a push down to get to the floor. We're gonna lengthen our toes and bring our arms to goalpost, 90-degree elbows with the inner arms flat. Awesome. From here, yogis, tent your right fingertips, lift your right toes, and try to push through the fingertips to roll to your left side. Now, your right leg could be straight or bent. Some of us are so open that it'll touch the ground behind us. But what I hope you're experiencing as you lifted right side of body is a massive stretch in your left shoulder, pectoral muscle in your chest. Oh yeah, all the good stuff. I hover my left ear, but some folks like to land it. Whatever feels really good. You'll notice you float a little up and down, a little out and a little in of the stretch while you're breathing. When you feel ready to leave that one, that was a big one. Come on back out, slowly melting, belly back down. Into that goalpost we go again. And this time we'll tent the left fingers. Lift our left toes. Again, some folks will like a straight leg, so they'll lift the straight leg. That's a bit too much for me, so I bend. It's a bit less intense. Pushing out the left fingers, we're going to try to roll to our right sides. And then, you know, some of us will have the left toes touching the ground. Could be all the way back behind us. We might be resting our right temple down or hovering. No matter where you've landed, breathe into your right shoulder and chest. One more inhalation, yogis. And as you exhale, ever so slowly start to melt back down, lying flat, hands by your ribs, push back, child's pose. Stretch long overhead. Rise up just a bit and thread your left arm under the right. Let's go for the outer shoulder stretch. Crawl long with the left fingertips and then maybe swivel palm to face the sky for a more open shoulder. You can definitely keep your right arm where it is. I like to tent my fingers to give you a little more space under that arm to breathe deeply. So now you're stretching the opposite side of your shoulder. Could you breathe under your left shoulder blade? You create a new space there. Bring some brightness and lightness into it. Unthread your left arm. Thread the right arm under. I like to crawl with my right palm, so it's really stretching far. And then I turn my palm up. That's yogi's choice. Might like to tent your left fingertips so you have a bit more space under that left arm. And then we're chilling. Breathe into your right shoulder blade, the back of your right side. Unthread right arm when you're ready. Bring your hands back by your shoulders and then boost yourself up. Shift forward to tabletop, tuck your toes. Walk your hands back towards your knees and lift them so you're crouching. Getting a little love here, just with the pressure of our thighs onto our calves, kind of like ironing out the tension in your calves. That feels good, doesn't it? Ooh, big stretch. Let's lift our hips. Forward fold. And you find your favorite way to rise. But as you do, take a big, beautiful breath in, full of pride, full of gratitude. Definitely can breathe in, filling yourself up with the knowing that you've improved your balance, your strength, your flexibility, your coordination, and most importantly, your connection with your mind, your body, and your spirit. When you've gotten hands down around your heart level, let's take a little chin talk, a bow of gratitude to our magnificent bodies. You are amazing exactly as you are. Everything you need is within you. We've slowed down today in order to cultivate a deep breath practice, and we've proved to ourselves that we can do hard things with grace and ease. Thank you for joining me. My light treasures you, yogis. Namaste, and have a beautiful day.